Some of the statistics as far as homelessness in the United States.
Veterans homelessness is a disgrace. Matter of fact, we have over 107,000 veterans which are homeless now. Some are women. And actually, between 20% and 25% of homeless people in this country are veterans.
You know, that's a kind of a different statistic because on the national average, 10% of Americans are veterans, okay? But yet 25% of the homeless population is veterans, and that's lopsided. That obviously needs some work.
Yes, it does. The American Legion has teamed up with the Department of Veterans Affairs. And our Department of Veterans Affairs Secretary, Shinshinsky, actually has stated he has a 5-year plan implemented to correct this homeless problem in the United States. And I hope it would get done because it is definitely a disgrace, Mark, to have our veterans living in cardboard boxes, homeless, walking around and begging for food, not knowing where. A lot of us we very easily fall into that classification of being homeless. It doesn't have to be a decision, it could be actually an honest mistake.
Necessity. It happens, and it's a shame that happens. And you know, veterans, like many Americans, have problems, but you know, the help's out there. They need to ask for it. A lot of the veterans coming back have some issues with post-traumatic stress disorder. They have issues with traumatic brain injury. These are things that are very, very on the top of the list of topics with the American Legion. And I want to say before we get started with that, if you have a problem like that, please ask for help. The help is out there, and this help you have earned. This is not asking for something from someone. This is getting what you deserve and what you earned as a veteran. So please, ask for help if you need it, because the resources are out there. There are many, many people out there for you to help you with your problem. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the TBI issues that are currently going on with the American Legion?
Yes. This is something of a priority for the American Legion. TRICARE. TRICARE is...
That's the insurance for veterans when they get out or they come back from Iraq and Afghanistan. They're covered by their service-related injuries through TRICARE.
That is correct,
That's their insurance, per se.
TRICARE presently actually serves 4 million veterans. And there's a special rehabilitation therapy that they are failing to recognize. And it's cognitive rehabilitation therapy, which is memorization of the brain, also word recall. TRICARE states they don't need this type of therapy, but the American Legion says, yes, they do. Even though TRICARE says it's a $50,000 per patient to treat under this therapy, they say that's not a issue in money-wise, but they say they won't do it. Well, the American Legion has made a statement that these veterans deserve the very best, and actually to go through a dramatic brain injury and be filled necessary treatment for you to be cured, that is a very wrongful mistake.
Yeah, it's always a shame when you have a bureaucrat telling you what's best for you. Your doctor tells you what's best for you, and that's what should happen. These veterans deserve the best we have to offer, period. And with the help of the American Legion, I hope they get it. You know, there's a lot of things going on out there that are a lot different than they were in the other wars that we've experienced. World War I, World War II, you know, Korean War, Vietnam. These other wars did not have the percentage of women that we have currently serving right now. And I think that's wonderful because, you know, they're extremely qualified. There's no reason why they shouldn't serve, and thank God they are, because they consist of, what, 15% of our military right now. And God bless every one of them. Could you elaborate a little bit about how the American Legion recognizes the percentage of women veterans?
Well, the American Legion actually is 100% for the women veterans of this country. Actually, there is a, for example, there is a comprehensive study the American Legion VNR, Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation Commission, is conducting at this time. They want women veterans to come forward and take the survey, which is on the Legion website.
That's legion.org.
Yes, it is, www.legion.org. And under the survey that they do take, it will determine what the women needs are, especially when they are addressed to the Department of Veterans Affairs. In addition to that, we have a survey team that goes out from Washington, D.C. on the American Legion. They go to each VA medical center across the country, and they ask various questions on what do you need from our lawmakers of our country, our Senate, our Congress. And that survey is public record. And a lot of times we are there to help the VA hospitals out for our women veterans, for actually veterans of all wars. And with that, they give the information, and it has made a difference. I am a current, not a current, but I am a past retired employee of the Department of Veterans Affairs at the VA Hospital in Iron Mountain. And this has really worked. This is something that past National Commander Connolly had implemented when he was National Commander. And it's still going on right now, because his slogan was a system worth saving, and that is going forward today.
Well, it's one of those situations where you can't fix it if you don't know what's broke, because this is the exact situation that the American Legion is trying to address. They're trying to figure out exactly what women veterans are not seeing done that needs to be done, and they're doing this because they need to take care of all veterans, women included. And thank you very much for doing that. You know, the veterans, and you know, there's a long list of veterans in Arlington Cemetery. I want to bring up Arlington Cemetery before we close here today. Arlington Cemetery is something that is near and dear to everyone's heart. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Yes, Arlington National Cemetery, very beautiful place. I've been there on a few occasions. Actually, the land that Robert E. Lee had owned back in the Civil War, which was taken away from him. It was actually meant to disgrace him. However, it's become a national monument. But to get it back to your question, Mark, on Arlington National Cemetery, what has happened there is very disgraceful. Misplacement of 4,000 graves.
4,000. That's a lot.
Yes, actually, an investigation, of course, took place, and they found out that mismanagement, perhaps 2 people had been there for 20 years too long. The American Legion recommends strongly that Arlington National Cemetery be turned over to the National Cemetery Administration, which has a very proven good history record of taking care of cemeteries, national cemeteries across the country. Arlington should be a role model for all the national cemeteries across the country.
Absolutely.
This will also retain the Old Guard, which is the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, actually doing honor guards for our fallen heroes, also protecting the unknown soldier.
Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. If you haven't seen the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and the honor guard there, you really should see that. Very, very impressive. And obviously, I hope they get their managerial problems taken care of. And to misplace 4,000 of our heroes is totally unacceptable. And I'm glad the American Legion recognizes that and are taking steps to correct that. You know, the American Legion has a lot on its plate, a lot on its agenda, and they're doing a lot of things that are helping veterans all across the country every single day. You know, a lot of people don't realize what this organization does, and it's a shame, because They're really helping a lot of veterans. You know, they're the innovators of the GI Bill. The list goes on and on. Why is it that you got involved in the American Legion? What was it about the American Legion that made you say, hey, I want to be a part of that?
I kind of laugh. I started out as a professional dishwasher in the American Legion, washing dishes. That's how I got moved up. My post commander says, "Well, you go far. You go far there, young man." This goes back in the 1980s. But seriously, when I look back, I was only to be discharged back in 1975, and I applied for a job at the VA hospital in Iron Mountain. At that time, it was known as the Veterans Administration, and I was hired right away under a special 90-day program after being discharged from the U.S. Army, which I was. You qualify for a government job, plus the 5-point preference. And I asked, well, who instigated this? Well, Human Resources told me, Veterans Organizations. So I found I was qualified for the American Legion, went down a couple blocks down to Post 50 on Iron River Avenue. I signed up. And that was my story, how I got involved in the American Legion. Of course, later on, I became a dishwasher and worked my way up, you know, post commander, district commander, and later department level. And as you see today, wearing the red cap. But I thank the American Legion. It's a family. It's something that we're doing something. It's a mission. We're doing. It involves the American Legion Auxiliary, the Sons of the American Legion, and the Legion Riders. And we're a close band. We're working for the betterment of the 4 pillars of the American Legion, which are Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, which I spoke on, VA hospitals, etc. Children and Youth, the Child Welfare Foundation. Actually, National Security, which is very important, which are the war on terrorism is going on right now. And also Americanism, our very fine programs that keeps us going.
Well, Commander, we're down to the end here. I want to thank our viewers. I want to thank all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service. We do appreciate it every day. And thank you for joining us today on V-Spann American Veterans Forum.
Thank you, Mark. It's been a pleasure.